Welcome back to Crazy Dave's Crew. I'm Laura, and you're watching Thirsty Threads. Last time we made a potholder towel, and today I want to make another one, but using a little bit of a different method. There's so many varieties and things, but I'm going to show you the one that I like probably about the best. So we're going to clear the machine off to give us some room to work, and we'll be right back. So the first thing I'm going to do is lay it out, and I'm going to move the camera so it's looking down at the table as best I can so that you can see what I'm doing. Important, not all of your pot holders are going to be the same width or length. For example, these I got from Dollar Tree, and I think they're great. Don't really care for them for using with my hot pots and pans, but they're really great for making the towels. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. Oh, and I forgot to bring a new little bag down. Yeah, I found my little garbage bag upstairs. Yeah, cats were having a good time with it, and all the little strips of fabric and things that had been in it, well, they ended up in the downstairs bathroom somehow. Can't quite figure that out. So, this is the one that I got from Dollar Tree. This is one I got from Walmart. Couple things that are different. One, I paid $1 for two. Actually, no, I think I got this from Dollar General. So let's scratch that. Dollar Tree for two for $1, and it was $1 for one. But take a look. So we've got a little bit of a difference both in height and width. This is more of a square. This is more of a rectangle. So with the method I'm going to show you, you're going to have to be flexible because it's going to depend on what size your pot holder is. So what I want to do first is I want to measure, and I'm going to go side to side, and it is a good solid 8 inches from edge to edge. Let's see, the red one is just short of 7 inches. Okay. But I'm going to do the brown. This is another towel that was a lot like the red one that I'd shown y'all last time. And I tell you, I love all the responses. So what I think I'm going to do is end up making one in red and one in brown. I think that'd be cute. And I do love the saying on it, that happiness is homemade. Had another towel, and I honestly can't remember where I found it at. I'm wanting to say it was Dollar Tree, but it had lemons on it, and it said squeeze the day. And it's so funny because I just bought a tote bag from Joann's that said that, and I really liked that. I liked that saying. So that one's coming up. Alright, so I've got my towel spread out. I may or may not use this little tool. It's one that really kind of helps me with measuring little spaces, because I'm going to try to pleat this. So I'm going to put this here for me to use, and I need some pins. And I'm going to try to angle the camera down. So I know, based on my measurement of the pot holder I want to use, I need to make this become 8 inches. And what I like is to have this in the front and then have the pleats going this way. So I'm going to take, first of all, let's just kind of do this. About 1 inch right to there. My hands are dry and the towel's wanting to kind of stick a little bit. Now this is trial and error, 'cause I don't know for certain, so I may have to adjust some of these, but let's go ahead and make a pin there. And let's kind of measure this here. There we go. And I want to make sure all my lines are matching up. So this is kind of the tedious part of it, but I kind of like a pleat. There are some feet out there that will make pleats, but because this changes depending on the size of my pot holder, I don't really want to do that. Let's try that. So if I need to have 8 inches, I need about from here, from the middle, so let's take it right here and let's bring it over a little bit more there. So let's see. It's about right there. Okay, I'm getting closer. We're starting here at the 2. And we're ending at the 26, so that makes it 22 inches. So 24 inches. So our center is going to be right there. And we have so we've got about 11 and a half. So we need to like I said, this is all trial and error. I think I need to make this pleat a little bit bigger. There, I kind of like that. Right there. So let's see how we're doing now. From there. Hey, we're right at 4 inches. If we're looking about the center of this one to the edge, we're right at 4 inches. So we're on the right track. I'm going to turn it around carefully. And apologies for not having this one done last week. We're trying to do every other week, but we got rabbits. You'll have to check out DIY Dave and Company to see our new bunnies. And it was very exciting because David took some time off to kind of get ready for them, and well, we got them before we were ready, which is kind of the way we do things. All right, so there's about the 1.5, and I'm going to bring this up to the 1 mark. And I'm going to roll it out just a little bit. Okay, yep. But anyway, he took some time off and I spent that time outside with him, and I was just having so much fun with him. We're one of those weird couples that just, we like to be around each other. But what made it very exciting, I digressed there, is that one of the rabbits had been bred before we bought it. And we'd called her Nellie because she was Nervous Nellie. The first few nights she would thump a lot, letting us know she wasn't real happy. And so we named her Nellie. And we thought it was the other one, but it turned out it was Nellie. And Nellie started pulling fur out and piling it up. And just within no time at all of a sudden we had babies. All right. So, actually my pleats are a little bit too tight. So I need to loosen them just a little bit. Having to adjust and kind of go with the flow there. So let's see there. There, yep, a little bit more. So again, this one, it doesn't go quite as fast. And I guess if I wanted to, I could just do one pleat and make it, but I kind of like the two pleats. So let's take this one a little bit more. Basically, the way I did it would be perfect for the smaller one. All right, now let's do another measure. That's a lot better. And let's see, that is 4 inches. And 4 in the center. We're getting close. As I kind of want it to be equal. But guess what? It'll flow up together very nicely. And now I can do that. I think I am going to sew these down though. Well, hang on a second. So again, let's do a measure. These are equal. All right, so that's at the 1 mark. And now we're at the 25 mark. So I want 12 inches right here. And then let's see how we do this way. Fine. Now, that's why 12 inches is right there. All right. And 12. Okay. There we go. So we need to be right there. And there is our half mark. Yeah, forget trying to measure it. We're just going to fold it in half. So right there is our half mark. And I am going to put a little mark. Let's do that again to make sure. So I'm just going to put a little mark right here to show that this is the half mark. Can I see it? Yep. And now I'm going to sew it on my machine, just going straight down. Probably do a long stitch just to, in case there's any problems. So let's do that. I have a new needle, a new bobbin. Make sure you are changing your needles every so often. And I am just going to try to aim from my line straight down. And let's pull this pin out. I don't want to run over it. And let's lengthen our stitch. I'm going to put on about 4.5. Because this doesn't have to last, because I'm going to be stitching the pot holder down to it. This is just to make sure that I've got everything measured and it's even. And you may have an easier time with this than what I do. And again, it all depends. My first way would have worked great if I'd been using the smaller pot holders. I'm just aiming towards my line that I drew. Carefully pulling my pins. Again, I am a pinner. If you've seen my other videos, I pin. Don't let anybody tell you you pin too much or you don't pin enough. You know your way of sewing. You know what works for you. I know I need to pin. I'm just going to pull this out. Have a nice long cord there. Lower that. All right, now let's take our pot holder again. And kind of fold everything back down the way we want it. And then I'm going to press, I'm folding my pot holder because it's going to go right there. And I'm just a smidgen short, but I'm not going to worry about that. It's still going to look really good. But I'm going to kind of press that so I've got a seam to follow. And then I'm going to draw a little bit of a line right there. So I pressed it. It wasn't a seam to follow. It's a press line. And I'm going to kind of draw on my press line. then, yep, it's good. So I want my press line right on where I sewed, which I'm off a little. Yep, perfect. Double check this side. Good. And of course, this will be your back because you'll fold it over and hook it to a button. But I'm just going to do a pin there. And a pin there. And then double check my line. Yep, we're good. See, I know if I don't pin, I'm going to slip. And guys, I don't mind y'all seeing me when I, goof up a little bit. We're all learning together, right? I will tell you right now, I learn more making these videos than you do watching them. I get to see where my mistakes are and where I need to improve. And trust me, I have a lot of improving I need to do. Now this time I'm going to do some backwards. Oh yeah, let's take our stitch back down to let's take it back down to 2.5. And I'm going to go backwards, kind of stay stitch. I should have come further just a little bit to. If you went a little bit more back than what I did, you could. There we go. You can tie your knot there. I can't get to it, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'll see if I can tie it in a minute when I get done. Okay, there we go. And it does not want to go because it is so thick. There we go. Nice and so I said this is all very thick with the pleating and the potholder. So you're not gonna win a whole lot of races here. I'm aiming for the line that I drew. I'm kind of having to help it along. We're in the center now, so it's doing it just fine. Make sure the pleats are all nice and flat. Here's where some things, the potholder can start bunching up a little. So just kind of help it. All right. I want to go backwards and do some stay stitching. And forwards. and I'll tie off my threads. And add a button. But there you go. I'm a little further off on there, which we can take care of that. Yeah, I can take care of that. No problem. Oh, and I missed a little spot right there, so I'm going to have to put this back under the needle to kind of tuck this in just a little bit. You won't notice that. And then I need to get this sewed down where I was having trouble. But basically, there you go. Let me fix those couple little spots and I'll be right back. So I put it back under the machine because I had a couple little errors. And now I'm just going to take it out. I had a needle break. Working with the thick, it will do that. But everything's been stay stitched. We stitched the one time, and then I went over it again, kind of tucked in that one edge that was a little off. I'm tying some of my threads. Now all I have to do is put a button on it. There we are. So it's kind of a pleated effect. What I do like is you can't always turn it around to the other way if one side gets dirty. And my husband has this thing. He doesn't like things just for decoration. He wants things to be useful. And I happen to agree with him. So this is something, it's pretty, it's decorative, but it's also useful. So go ahead and wipe your hands on it, because you can make another one. We'll get to where you don't care for this one and you'll want a different one. You can put a playful button on there, or you can just go with, you know, a standard brown. Whatever you want. But that is method 2 of making a potholder towel. And yeah, you can see kind of there where I was off a little. If I was giving it away or trying to sell it, I would probably worry a little bit more about that. But it's going in my kitchen with my kids. I'm not going to worry about it. Like I said, if I was giving it away, I'd want to do it a little bit better. But there we go. Faith, family, and friends. I like it. It's just a little way that you can dress up your kitchen. Be sure to check out DIY Dave, though, and take a look at those bunnies. Haas, he's beautiful. This big, and he's big. They're New Zealand's. And then little Joey is, I understand he was a New Zealand chinchilla mix. So soft, and he is so friendly. And like I said, Nellie had her babies. And then Thumper, when she gets mad or upset, she thumps. Nellie thumps too, but that's when she's nervous or scared. It was her first night here at the house, at our home. Cut another thread. But we're going to put a button on this and hang this up in the kitchen. And coming up soon, I'm going to show you another way to make a potholder towel. There are so many other varieties. Embroidery Garden has a wonderful pattern to use on your embroidery machine. I absolutely love it. And somewhere in all this mess, I have a tool that my husband uses to put in those snaps. Can't find it offhand though at the moment. It's somewhere, because I need to do some cleaning. Be sure to check out our Facebook page too. It's Sewing and Crocheting for Beginners. And I have a question for you guys. I found a book. It's like the Elm Creek series. The Quilter's Apprentice is the very first book. How would you guys feel about kind of doing a live book club once a week or something? We kind of separate the book out into 3 or 4 parts. Probably 3 parts. And kind of discuss it together. We'll have a certain evening that, you know, we can sit back and talk about it. And then the next month we'll do another book. What do y'all think? Would y'all be interested in doing books about quilts, quilting, quilt groups? The Cat, the Quilt, and the Corpse, by the way, I really enjoyed. And I like her series. Can't remember her name, but that one was really good. We could do that one. I have not read The Quilter's Apprentice. There's just so many of them out there, and I was thinking it might be fun. What do y'all think? Is that something y'all would be interested in doing? Yay? Nay? Thoughts? Let me know in the comments below, and we'll kind of flesh it out a little bit more and discuss it at greater length. In the meantime, we're on the internet at cdcrew.com. We're on Facebook under CrazyDavesCrew, and also Sewing and Crocheting for Beginners. And don't forget to check out our bunnies. DIY Dave and Company. Yep, we got bunnies. So we've got chickens, fresh eggs. They're wonderful. I can't quite keep up with all the eggs. So if you're local and you'd like to buy some, let me know. And now we have bunnies. And I think we've got more on the way. We're talking about getting some silver fox bunnies. So, fingers crossed. And pray for David. He's got a lot of work to do to get ready. More cages and nesting boxes to build. I'm having a wonderful day. I'm having a wonderful week. It's gotten a little cold. Gas prices are over $4 now, so I'm kind of staying at home as much as I can. So me and my pal here, we're going to get to know each other real well. Having a wonderful time working in the yard, having a great time with the animals. The cat had kittens not too long ago. They're adorable. Open for adoption. Just saying. Life is good. Life is good. And I'm having a blast. I hope you are too. So, keep sewing, keep enjoying, keep creating. Don't be afraid. Just give it a try. That's what these things are for. And it's okay to use them. This can be a very good friend. It's such a good friend, I've lost the top to it. That is how good of a friend this is. Most importantly, don't forget to come back. We will see you here next time on Crazy Dave's Crew. Thanks for watching.